Hello everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, my name is Maya, and in today's video, you guys saw the title, you clicked on the video, so you know what we're going to be getting into today. The truth of how women view sex as well as pleasure. Now, I'm happy you guys are here because I don't think female sexuality is really addressed enough, but it's also shown everywhere, overly sexualized. And today, I really want to drop some facts, some knowledge, some truths about how you can deeper understand the women you are creating intimacy with, as well to really give her a heightened experience that will leave not only her, but you feeling connected, not just in the physical way, but in a spiritual way. So let's get into today's video. Now, because we will be going over sexuality and pleasure, I thought it would be a great opportunity to introduce the brand who is sponsoring today's video. Kums Chocolate is a brand that reached out to me and actually sent me their chocolates to try out. And what I love most about these chocolates is actually the ingredients they infuse into them, specifically tailored for both men and women. A few of these ingredients include maca root, ashwagandha, horny goatweed, and L-arginine. And what these ingredients offer to both you and her while indulging in these chocolates is a way to relax, heighten your mood, reduce stress, as well as increase your libido. So check the link out in the bio and experience it for yourself. Now, getting back to the topic at hand, I want to go over the myths surrounding a woman's sexuality as well as her pleasure, because I feel like we glorify sexuality within men rather than women. Like, men are the ones who have higher sex drives, men are the ones with increased sexuality. You know, it's in their nature, but I want to debunk this because women are also sexual creatures. It's actually a part of being a human being is having sex and the desire for it, may I add. And this isn't a wrong, shameful thing, although it is taught for both men and women that it's a wrong desire to have. It's not, and women do have heightened sexual energy. A woman will have heightened sexual energy during the phase of her cycle, her period cycle. So I think it's a really good idea for a man to understand his woman's cycle going into a relationship. And I mean, if you're not in a relationship, well, do some research about it because it actually can assist you in understanding your woman further. However, men and women feel pleasure, point blank, period. Yes, it can be in different ways. How a woman feels pleasure is actually before you guys are in the bedroom. It's the teasing, it's the playfulness, it's the conversation, it's the communication, it's what you're telling her. This makes her feel very aroused, especially when it's coming from raw desire you have of her. Now, we may discount our animal nature, but listen, for a woman to feel desired by a man is everything. And this is something that will induce pleasure without even touching, is the idea of the pursuit of getting into the bedroom, having the experience, the intentionality behind it. And yes, a woman views sex with intention. I think a woman doesn't have sex just to get off. Maybe for some people, but I think it's deeper than that. I think for a woman to go into a sexual interaction with a man, it's coming from a deep desire to be seen, felt, and validated in who she is. Feeling chosen by a man. Feeling chosen by a man, even if it's just on the short-term basis of having sex with him, makes her feel a rush of pleasure. And that pleasure is coming from validation of who she is as a woman. She feels seen by the masculine, which allows her femininity to open to you. But it takes work to just get a woman to open to you. And I think it's seen on porn, like, you know, when a woman and a man are having that scene, the woman's completely open, she orgasms, she comes in a matter of like minutes to seconds, again and again and again, like clockwork. It's not the case for women. There is that initial phase that men really have to show up for in order for a woman to open to you. And it comes by your very own recognition of the moment you are having. So it's really picking up on her cues. Cues can even be within the body. How is her body opening to you? How is she feeling? How is she playing with you in the moments? This is a great indicator that a woman is building momentum of having that pleasure initiate her into the next phase. And that next phase would be more so intercourse, but The pleasure actually for a woman doesn't happen in intercourse. It happens prior to intercourse. It's building that sexual energy up, that momentum to further lead her in a great sexual experience with you. And for a man, this may be news or maybe not news for you, but a woman, it takes time to orgasm. We don't just see your naked body and get turned on. Sorry. It's more so about what you are showing us, what you're doing to us, how you're talking to us, for us to further melt into your presence. And also with that, gives you a heightened sexual desire over her when she can actually embrace the moment with you instead of fighting or resisting it. And how a woman resists her own sexual energy, you may not even know it. It's in the mind. When a woman is overly attached to her thoughts, her insecurities, how she's performing, this is actually taking her out of the moment and allowing her body to close naturally. But when she's in the moment, engage in how you're treating her, how you're speaking to her, the subtleties, the teasing, the touching, the kissing. Investing in things like this will get her gears going, because guess what? Once she's open, there's no closing. A woman can experience multiple orgasms in one sexual encounter. And for a man, he doesn't have that ability. Once you kind of orgasm, you need a little bit of a break. And for a man to really allow her, like I said, to build that sexual energy towards you, it's actually giving her the time and space to build that. If you're kind of rushing things or you're going really fast and you're kind of like swept away by the heat of the moment, yes, that can be exciting for a woman still, but that doesn't mean she actually gets to open naturally to you. A woman's body is very intelligent. And even if she feels safe with you, seen by you, and protected by you, doesn't mean her body is responding in that same way. So making sure that you're attentive to her and you're allowing her to gradually build that sexual energy. What really matters to a woman is not the sex, it's what leads to the sex. And one of the biggest factors in order for her to feel that pleasure is actually through the communication you are giving her, either prior, during, and after. When both partners are open and willing to communicate, even if it's just about their sexual desires, sexual fantasies, what went wrong or right in previous interactions, or even in your guys's, is being open about this stuff. That's what's actually going to let your partner in more. And when we allow our partner in more, we actually get to experience better sex because we're not pushing them away out of fear or unacknowledgement of our very own desires. So giving a woman the opportunity to express that to you is also going to benefit your guys' sexual relationship, and tending to it in a way that's coming from openness and not force and not being overly dominant right away, gradually getting into that. Because dominance to a woman, for most women, is very attractive, but also, you guys, not to every woman. So you do want to communicate what she's comfortable with and what she's not comfortable with. So it's dependent on how a woman personalizes sex and her relationship to it, because that is different. But I think the overall message I'm trying to convey in today's video, and to build yourself into having great sex with a woman, doesn't come by rushing it. So the next time you're experiencing a woman in that sexual way, make sure you're slowing down, make sure you're giving her the opportunity to build that climax in ways that are coming from her building that momentum of her pleasure, by you teasing her, you supporting her, you communicating with her, and you showcasing your dominance in a gradual way that will build her and build her up in order to open fully to you, because you're showing her your leadership and that you can protect her during the sex itself. Feeling safe for a woman is everything. If we don't feel safe, there's no chance we're having a great sexual experience with you. So make that woman feel safe, make that woman feel seen, heard, validated. And like I said in the beginning of today's video, if you guys are wanting assistance in setting that mood, Kums Chocolate link is down below, so I highly recommend you check them out. If you guys like today's video, give it a like, hit the subscribe button, and leave me a comment down below if anything resonated. I will see you in my next one. Bye.